Just saw in the car it's minus 18.
So yeah, that's why it feels a bit colder than yesterday.
A few months ago, I headed for the icy tundras of the south of Norway. Here in the winter, daylight is limited and temperatures plummet to minus 35 degrees Celsius. I love this part of the world, and this particular shoot was very exciting because I was on a mission to find a species that's been on my list for a long time, the musk ox.
Somewhere out there is a whole load of musk ox. I can't hear anything, I can't see anything, but at any point you could be right next to a musk oxen herd, which isn't ideal, but...
This was going to be a challenging shoot, but it's exactly what I love about being in these environments. It's an opportunity to embed yourself with the wildlife that thrives here. Musk ox have stocky bodies and a robust coat, so the cold and dry climate of Dovrefjell is exactly what they need.
Oh, I see one travelling.
You do?
Yeah. If you go straight ahead from us.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. This is incredible. Finally the sun has burnt off the fog and heading over this ridge to see what's on the other side. Woo. It's beautiful now. You know, started on quite a steep bit of terrain this morning, which was tough work, and when it's so cold, this is something else. Being here in conditions like this is just awesome.
Before I can actually film any musk ox, I need to find them. For the first few days, I was with a really good team, and we were rewarded for the hours that we put in.
Just on the ridge line there, you can see some dots. They're just there. This is our view, which is insane, and it's looking like it's going to be some light cloud all day. They're all standing. Ah, she's drinking milk.
Calves will heavily depend on their mothers for the first few months, but then they'll switch to eating vegetation with only occasional nursing.
That is absolutely mad. These two males just sparring on the top of this hill. There's a little bit of backlight as the sun is setting. Just on that ridge line there.
The rut of the musk ox is an impressive thing to see. These young males are only practicing, but it's an important behaviour for them to learn if they have any chance of establishing their own harem once they mature at around 4 years old. We had a really successful few days filming, but it was time for me to go solo. I just want to show you exactly what they're feeding on. So, this stuff, this is what powers an animal like a musk oxen. Just this grass in the winter months. That's all they'll be feeding on. You've got lichens here as well, but they're not really going for the lichens apparently. That's more of a wild reindeer preference, but comes with their feeding, whether it's accidental or part of their diet to help digestion, I don't actually know, but it's this long dry grass which is their diet, which I just find mad to think that this powers musk oxen through the winter.
But there is a challenge when it comes to their food.
It's kind of scary to think about this new pressure that this species is experiencing, not just for musk oxen but for wild reindeer herds that you get here in big numbers. These quick warm windows of weather that creates a lot of melt, a layer of water which then freezes, which locks up all that food that species here need to survive, and it's one of the main kind of issues and challenges that these species face.
This population seems to be doing well here. It's the only place in the whole of Norway where you can find musk oxen. They actually went extinct across Europe after the last ice age. When muskox fossils were discovered in Norway during the 1920s, an ambitious reintroduction project began, and musk oxen were actually brought over from Greenland. It's pretty incredible to see them still here today.
And I've set up my camp. Oh man, this is insane. I don't know if you can actually see it on here, on my screen, but I'm just taking down my tent, which now feels about 3 billion light years away. I'm following some tracks right now. I just want to get eyes on them for tomorrow. They seem to be moving about 2 kilometers a day, which means, unfortunately for me, I've put my tent kind of a kilometre down the mountain. It's about a few kilometres then when you get up here, and then they're going to be another few. So yeah, I got a bit of a mission ahead of myself tomorrow.
Going solo means that I have the opportunity now to really embed myself, to push myself physically, and to make the most of this beautiful environment. My plan was to make the 5-kilometre hike up the mountain to a high plateau, re-find the herd, and position myself before dawn.
As I placed myself, I kind of went down that hill there. I walked down, all along there and around. As I did that, the musk oxen have moved up. It does mean I've got great views, but I'm a little bit mindful of how close I am.
Overall, muskox are gentle giants, but if they do feel threatened, they can attack, and you do not want to cross a musk ox. It's really important that at no point I'm disturbing them, so I have to constantly monitor their behaviour.
I've been here for a few hours now. Every musk ox here is totally relaxed, either sleeping or feeding, which is exactly what I want.
That didn't last long, as the 2 bulls I'd filmed the day before finally have joined the herd.
Bit of an unusual thing with these bulls is they'll stick together, they'll feed together, they'll form bachelor herds, but then they'll also constantly fight with each other. So you might get them feeding for a few hours and resting together, then one gets up and gets in the other's personal space. Up they go and have a little bit of a head-to-head, which I find weird.
This constant fighting looks tiring, but seeing this natural behaviour is actually pretty amazing. It was just myself and the herd on the mountain that day, and honestly there was something just really calming about it.
Just mad. You spend hours up here alone. Don't know, you kind of settle into it. You get used to the silence, you get used to the gradual shift in temperatures throughout the day. I've left my cups down at the tent, so woo. Over the past half an hour, all of the musk oxen have got up and they're feeding, they're moving towards me. They seem to be moving closer and closer. I hope that they just keep moving past me and don't come towards me. Gonna move back. As nice as this is, I'm a bit too close. This female kept on coming closer and closer and closer. Luckily, she's just sat down, so she'll rest, sleep, which is a good sign. It just means she's relaxed.
Norway has this incredible natural beauty. But over my career and my time spent there, I've also seen a lot of this Arctic environment change. I'm left to wonder whether this survivor has finally met its match.
So that's it. About to lose the light on the top here.
Getting to spend time with these muskox is an experience that I will never forget.